Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Just B, and welcome back to another great conversation of greatness, y'all. Today, we're doing a platform, we're doing a panel discussion amongst me and my peers. We got my girl, Queen G, of course. We got my man, Leland White. And we got my other dude, down here, Otis Lang, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We always have these
Hey,
great
hey.
talks, and today's particular conversation is about prison reform and the things that you go through inside and outside. And I mean, let's get it popping. What's up, Queen? How you doing today?
I'm amazing. It's nice weather day here in Texas, and I just feel really blessed today. I feel really blessed,
That's
and
good.
that's
That's
good
good.
to say. That's
Yeah,
good to
yeah,
say.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. How you been today, Otis?
Oh, I'm great, man. I'm great. Just trying to recuperate from after this weekend. And, a lot of work, a
That's
lot of
cool,
work put
man.
in.
You out there grinding. I see you, man. Keep shining, man. Everything you doing is a blessing. I definitely appreciate it from the community itself on
Yes.
behalf of everybody, bro. Leland, if you can
Uh,
hear me, brother, how you been today?
Thank you, brother.
I'm doing good, brother. I'm blessed. Just got from back from Las Vegas. Spent the weekend there with my lady. You know what I'm saying, celebrating her birthday. So everything's good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But again, if y'all just jumping on, please be sure to engage. We love the engagement. Talk to us. We can show your comments as long as they some good ones, you know what I'm saying? But we always have a great time, great conversations. And I mean, let's get right to it. Queen, go ahead. Take over for a minute.
All right. So, we have been doing this series for the last couple of months called Conversation of Greatness, and just bringing different amazing people together to address certain topics. And me and Tim were talking this past week, and we talked about how it would be a great idea to do a panel on, prison reform, guys that have, or people in general that have been in jail before. They've come out, reformed themselves, made something out of their lives. What happened during that time, and how they changed over the years from that prison experience. So Otis and Leland, you guys both you're powerful in your community. You are powerful in your cities. You are making amazing strategic moves. And I thought it would be great to have you guys. And also, you have not made it a secret that both of you have been in prison. You have talked about that. You have brought that to the
Absolutely.
forefront and been proud to have been in that place before at one time. And now you are making your life greater and better every single day, through your children's lives as well as the lives of others that you touch. So I wanted to get to the nitty gritty and just kind of really get into it. If you could talk about it, I'm going to start with you, Otis. What happened that, if you could talk about it or choose to discuss it, what happened that got you locked up? We're going to start it out like that. You know what I mean? If you could talk about it.
If I heard you well, I had some audio problems on my end, and I'm moving around. I'm thinking maybe it's the Wi-Fi over here. That could be it also. But if I heard you well, you were asking me what changed, what my thought process was. I'm not sure. Am I on the right page?
Nah, she said, if you're able to speak on it, pretty much what were you put in prison for? If you want to talk about it.
Okay, if I just heard you. Well, I come from the streets, and I'm always advocating and telling people about that. I'm not ashamed of where I come from. It basically shapes and make who I am today. I'm not proud of some of the things I've done on the streets. Knowing the impact that it has today and back then. But yeah, I've been put in prison for robbery, selling dope, pimping, just about everything you can think of. I was the stereotype of the streets. And that's the best I can tell you as far as the streets goes. If I tell you anything else, I'd probably be indicted for you.
Right. And we thank you for your transparency with that. I didn't know if it was too touchy or if, we could ask that direct question like what happened that put you in
I,
prison in the
I'm
first
so I'm
place.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Gibson. But the audio is so bad to
Can you
where
hear
I
me,
can't
Otis?
hear either one of you guys, and my screen is going in and out. It's going black to me, black to me. I just heard you say, "Can you hear me, Otis?" Just then,
She just was thanking you for being able to share that
and
information because sometimes people.
like whatever you're saying now, it's bad, and I don't believe it's anything over here. Both all the
Yeah,
screens just went out to black.
yeah, I don't
Now
know,
mine
man.
is out, but I'm talking.
Shantae, can you hear me?
I can hear you well. He might have to log out and
Yeah,
log back in.
I was just about to say that, y'all. Sometimes with these live streaming, we have malfunctions, technical difficulties, but it is what it is. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna finish the show no matter what. Leland, if you don't mind talking about it, what were you locked up for, boss?
Um, well, the first one was strong arm robbery, and that one, you know, I was just, to be honest, I was angry. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that happened in my childhood, and basically, what it was I'm from Ohio originally, and I came out here through the military at first. I was in the United States Navy, and basically I met a person from LA, got tied in with them, and started ripping and running and stuff like that. And like I said, the first offense was robbery, which gave me my first strike. Um, I did my time, I got out, but like I said, I was angry. And then I ended up getting a job, you know, and still didn't want to leave them streets alone. So my second time I went in for 3 years, and that was from drugs and violence. A lot of my stuff dealt with violence, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I had an attitude. So that was my second. So I've had two strikes in my life. You know, um, I was in a level 4 prison. I was in Corcoran. Um, my first time I was locked up with Skid Row, Sirhan. That was my second time. First time was the Onion Field Killers and Manson. My second run was Skid Row Slasher, Sirhan, and one of the Menendez brothers when I
Ooh,
was locked up. Yeah. And
wow.
like I said, I was an angry individual, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, I'm a country boy. I came out here to LA. I met some people, Big Hudson and stuff like that. And, you know, the lifestyle in LA to Ohio was totally different, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I got caught up in the system.
Oh
Wow.
man. Thank you to the both of you guys for being honest. That's pretty dope because, like I said before, a lot of people don't even like to discuss the particular details of it. So, man, much respect to the both of you, man. I definitely appreciate that. Come on, Queen J, bring it now.
Okay, so oh, can you hear me? Otis?
Yeah, I hear you. It's choppy. It's real choppy though.
Okay. Okay,
That's the internet. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna try to well, Tim, we're gonna have you ask the questions, if that's okay. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanna know what was the longest time that he spent in prison, and and while he's in there, what is he thinking about? Like what's on his mind while he's behind bars?
Okay. So, and y'all,
I
everybody that's watching, just
I
understand we have. Oh, go ahead. You can hear.
I can't even understand it. I I don't think I'm no good on this interview because I can't really understand what she's saying.
Can you hear
Or you
me?
guys, when you stop, I know you're waiting for a response. That's the only reason why I'm saying something.
Can
You're coming in
you
and
can't
out.
hear
It's
me?
just real bad audio. I
Right.
hear you, but I can't say what you're saying. I hear like a it's bad.
Oh yeah, that's Wi-Fi, man.
Um,
I mean, if you want to jump out, I mean, we can always touch bases with you on the next show, or
I heard you
Queen,
say jump out. I said that's the only thing I could understood.
Queen, text him and tell him
You
I'm gonna
said
kick him
jump
out.
out. I'll try to restart it if that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if he can restart it, and if not, we'll have to.
Yeah, it probably just ain't gonna work. He just gonna have to. We just gonna have to link with him on the next particular one
Yeah.
because.
Okay.
So Leland, are you able to hear Queen?
Yes.
Okay, you
Okay.
more than welcome to go ahead and answer the question, brother.
So yeah, when you're in prison, at that time, what are some of the thoughts on your mind while you're behind bars?
Really, the thoughts is surviving because I'm from Ohio and I'm in California. You already know there's a certain um, walk of life. You know, you got the in prison, you got the brothers, you got the Woods, you got the Southsiders, then you got the Norteños, you know what I'm saying? You got the Muslims, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, being in that position to where you got to decide what am I going to do with myself in order to make this journey to get through prison safely, you know, because you got to understand, like my first time I went in, I turned 21 in prison. So I'm young, you know, and, you know, you hear stories, you know what I'm saying? You know, first thing you're scared, you know what I'm saying? You know, no matter how big I am or anything like that, you know, it's always, you hear these stories. So, you know, I had a little fear in me as, you know, like I said, not even being 21 yet, turning 21 in prison. So it was a challenging time for me in my life, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're not used to that type of environment, you know what I'm saying, you know, your grandmother had you in church, you know, I went to Bible study schools in the summer, you know, I was at Martin Luther King Bible study schools. I wasn't running the streets as a kid. I was in church, you know what I'm saying? So it was a whole nother experience and you had to learn to survive, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. It was survival. First of all, you don't have nobody to send you money to put on your books. You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't got no family out here. You have no visitations from nobody, you know, because you don't know nobody. So it was a really scary time in my life, you know. But like I said, I thank God I made it through it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, you know, some people think, you know, oh, I can do the time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as easy as you think. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do know. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's, like I said, there's different sets, there's different things, there's different times you can go to child. You can't talk to certain people. You can't do you. It's an experience. You know, you can't go in there thinking you're a bad motherfucker because you will get checked on that attitude.
Right, right. Are you able to hear us now? Oh,
It's still chopping in and out. I believe it's some tech difficulties on your end. It's not the Wi-Fi here. It's
uh,
perfect. Everything is working fine. I believe it's on your end.
everything
Not to
look
say
good
that you
over
don't got the
here.
best.
Yeah,
See, I'm going out. I just went
yeah.
out.
Everything on this. Yeah, I can hear everybody. I can hear you too, and the listeners are saying they can hear you too, boss.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
none of that. I'll just
Yeah.
I'll just log out. I didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear
All
not
right.
one thing you said.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
Do me a favor and
Well,
text him or whatever and let him know.
okay. I'm gonna let them know we appreciate them
Yeah,
checking
definitely.
in.
I'm gonna have to do a one-on-one with him
Okay.
because we're all fine. So I'm not
Yeah, I
quite
can
sure what's
hear
going on.
I can hear everybody on this end, but we'll yeah, we'll definitely get him at a later date to hear his story because I definitely see him. The reason I chose Otis, and I'm gonna tell you why and to kind of explain. He is in the community real deep as far as making sure that the police officers are not harassing people. So he's on the front line right now, and like him and his community team members will roll up on a scene and make sure that police are not brutally harming, their person that they detain, and he's on the front line. That's why I chose Otis, and it was not a secret that he had once spent time in prison. So I wanted to hear his story, and have him on. That is why I chose Otis. I'm sorry that it's not working out today as far as the whatever is going on technical wise, but we definitely would like to have him on at a later date. So I just will
Yeah.
say that. But
Yeah,
thank you,
most
Leland, for
definitely.
your patience. And
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 to not to interrupt you, Queen, but just so the people that you're unaware, if you're in Las Vegas, you probably know Otis Lang. He runs with Minister Stretch Sanders. They have a group called New Era Las Vegas, where they're all about the community. They're out there supporting. I love it. It's beautiful. So thanks again, Otis. If you are watching, brother, thank you. We appreciate you, man. We'd love to have you on the show another time. Just right now, we're having technical problems. So again, thanks. That's from me and Queen.
yeah, we appreciate you. And go see Otis also at Cork and Thorn.
Oh
He
yeah.
is a DJ. He is a DJ down there at Cork and Thorn, putting it down, mixing on the ones and twos. So he definitely has reformed, definitely has made something happen out of his life. And I just want to say we are proud of him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
most
I want to
definitely.
I want to end it with that. So anyway, so Leland, let's get into you. And you're in these prison walls. What is that like to be behind bars,
Uh,
detained, and
you know, it's more of a survival, and you know, a lot of times, you're sad because you wish you was out. You wish you would have chose something different. Like I said, it's like you got to be careful who you talk to. You got to be careful what you do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful on the yard. But like one thing that I seen that helped me was what for a while I was in the SHU. I was in when they call the segregated housing unit, which was I spent 3 months in there. Because like I said, sometimes you got to protect yourself, and you got to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I end up getting 3 years in the SHU, and I had more time added to my sentence. Like I said, you know, it's a survival thing.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So wow, that's powerful. Because I've never been to prison, so I want for the people that have never been or never been detained or understand what that process is like. I wanted them to hear the real of what that feels like, to be behind bars, and how that impacts you. You know what I'm saying? In
Right.
what way it impacts you. And what about your family? Are you missing your family when you're in there?
You know, I missed my family greatly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm from Ohio, so a lot of my family, you know, it's like I don't know if you lose. Um, how can you say it? I actually lost contact with my family. You know what I'm saying? My family, my mother knew where I was, but of course, my mother and her situation and my family, it wasn't like a lot of corresponding or visits or, things like that. Like I said, my prison time was by myself. You know what I'm saying? My family wasn't there. My family didn't send me money to put on my books. My family, didn't come and visit me, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, I wasn't being that I don't have nobody to give me that support system. There wasn't a lot of letter writing because you got to have money to do all that, you know what I'm saying, until you get a job, you know what I'm saying? So basically, it was a lot of time to myself, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was mad, you know what I'm saying? I was mad, you know what I'm saying? And I had to watch what I do. And to be honest with you, what helped me on my last thing, what changed me really, if I can get to that part of it, was when I was getting ready to catch the chain back in 90s, like 2002 is when I got out. I went in like in 97 or something like that. And my son, who's 22 years old right now, his mother brought him out to see me before I caught the chain. And he was like probably 2 years old. And he was tapping on that glass and I couldn't touch him. I was like, I need to stop this. I need to stop it. But, you know, the thing about it, that's said and done, but I didn't do it. But that was one of the things that really played with my mind a lot, was when he tried to reach out and touch me and I couldn't touch him. And like I said, that was one thing that woke me up, you know what I'm saying? Because you're away from your kids, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think that's the one thing that gave me a little conscious to try to get myself together, was my son not being able to touch me or me not being able to touch him.
Wow, that almost drew tears to my eyes to think about, you know, your son doesn't quite understand why he can't reach through the glass to touch his dad. All he knows is that you're there, but he can't physically touch him.
Right.
Kind of like the times we're in now, but in a different way. Like we're
Right.
doing this social distancing right now. And that's kind of how I feel. Like we're reaching out by way of social media and we're still able to express things, but it's nothing like physical contact with the ones that you love, and to be able to embrace them, and you know what I mean, have that human interaction and contact. It's not like that.
Right.
That.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I can't even imagine
The pain in
It's put it this way, you're a man, but there's a lot of nights you go to sleep crying. You know what I'm saying? No matter how big you are, no matter how tough you are, you know what I'm saying? There's some nights you cry. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
You know?
and I always wondered what it was like for the ones that was actually on the inside, like you were saying, when you with your son touching the glass, you couldn't touch him. I don't know how it feels on your end of it, being on the inside looking out, but I was the son on the outside of it looking in, trying to touch my father when I was a youngster.
Right.
So it's super cool to be able to know the feeling from both ends, bro. So thank you.
Right.
Most definitely appreciate you for that one.
Right.
It looked like Queen G is having some technical difficulties as well, brother. But if we gotta finish the show no matter what.
All right, I got you.
So yeah, one thing that I wanted to kind of touch bases on is the fact that the question is are you free? Are you ever free in your mind? So once you get released and you're no longer imprisoned, is it almost like you're physically you're free, but are you still kind of imprisoned within your mind? Like how does that work, brother?
Well, you know, myself, I'm gonna be honest, you know, you never feel that you're, you know, I think that's what changed me a lot, because I know that, you know, I'm looked at different. People are watching me or something like that. And that's why, like, you know, when I got released, you know, I was going to show people I'm not who they think I am. Because I'm not, you know, it's like some people don't understand, you know, I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. You know, I have an education. I went to college. I'm ex-military. But the thing about it, them are mistakes. But to get people to understand how bad I went through what I did, I wanted to prove to people that I'm not what you think. And just to give you a real quick synopsis of when I got out in 2002, I had my two sons sent to me. I had my oldest son, and my second oldest son was sent to me. You know what I'm saying? And we was living in a hotel here in Buena Park, California. And I didn't have a job. I had $200 and two kids in my life and no vehicle or anything. And the thing I kept understanding is I'm looking at these two kids and I'm their father. I got to do something with my life with these two kids. I can't just accept life as being defeated. So what I did, I walked into a dealership at Ford, and I went to this gentleman, and I told this gentleman, his name was Raymond Dixon, and I told him, I said, sir, you give me an opportunity, I'll sell your cars for you. And he told me, he says, I tell you what, if you can get a license to sell cars, because you got to be licensed to do that, I'll give you a job. So honestly, I went to the DMV. I started to fill out the application. It says on the application, like it says on any job application, are you a convicted felon? And to be honest with you, I didn't answer that question. I just filled everything out, and I went up to the window, and I just started talking to the lady, you know, and she ended up processing my application without reviewing it that well. And what happened, what started my life off, was they gave me a 6-month probationary license to sell cars. And come to find out, the reason why I was given that, because none of my crimes dealt with stealing, robbing, or anything like that, or embezzlement. So I got 6 months probationary license to sell car, and that's really how my life started in the upswing. And like some people that go to prison, they get you in your mind that you can't accomplish nothing, you can't become nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like I wanted to go back to Ohio. I was like, man, I got to get out of California. I got 2 strikes. I know this is a 3-strike county or state. I got to go home. But they wouldn't let me go. They put me in high parole status. So I was given 3 years parole, 3 years parole, and I was not allowed to leave the state of California. And I had to serve 3 years. Normally you can discharge parole in 18 months.
Right.
But I was on high parole status. So they basically what it is, they want to strike you out. So that's why they put me on 3 months, because what it is, the government's they're going to get money from me going back. But I was going to prove to them I'm not going to go back. So that started I started working for Ford. Right. And what it is in my mind, I just like, I got these 2 sons. I got to get my life together for them. So I worked for Ford for 7 years. Then in the end of 2007, the market crashed in the car business. They were shutting dealerships down. So I had to end up getting another employment. So what I did, I studied to be a licensed real estate salesperson. I'm a licensed real estate salesperson. I worked for Keller Williams. Nice. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I went to Cypress College and I just started taking motivational speaking classes and stuff like that. I was doing everything. There's nothing you can tell me I can't do. I have that 2 strike on me, but you can't stop me and a lot of people don't know that you know, the people put in your head that you can't come up for anything. I've never worked, I've worked in the white collar world, corporate America, my whole life. I've never done a laborman's job. I come from coal miners and railroad workers. And that was one thing I said to myself, I'm not going to do that regardless of anything. And that's what I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, some people, they be having you brainwashed and think you can't do nothing. I'm here to tell you it's possible to do anything. Let me tell you what has happened since all this transition from my prison. This week, I received an email from the governor of California that my pardon is in its last stage. I'm getting a full pardon.
Woo! Woo!
That's good. Goodness. That's good, man.
I got to clap on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like said, anything is possible. But like I said, the man upstairs makes it all happen. Yeah. Let me give my glory to the man upstairs. You know what I'm saying? 100,
man. Let me say that's amazing. That is amazing.
Like I said, I'm a 2-strike felon. I'm not talking about I was in the county jail. I was in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? I was a 2-strike felon that right now, my final stage of my pardon is sitting on the governor's desk waiting for the signature to be done. Everything's possible.
Hey man, you're definitely one of the most perfect. Your story You know, this particular platform, the Just Be Show, is all about being better than yesterday. And I love your shirt, by the way, because I always talk about people on the rise. So it was
And
a
that's what
blessing.
this,
Yeah.
that's what it's about. That's the name. That's what my company is, On the Rise Entertainment. At first, it started out as Street Notes Records, and it was about the streets. But then when I said I got to make that transition, because the man upstairs said, "Hey, yo, you got to put a different mindset." So it's On the Rise now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about it.
Can I talk a little bit about On the Rise Entertainment and how it has impacted my life in the business? Can I
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that? I met Leland some years ago in Las Vegas, and we started working together and doing shows and things like that. He was in partnership with Rhyme Schemes, who is a hip hop artist, very, very popular hip hop artist. And they started doing my platforms like the Queen G Live Experience show and would be guests and stuff like that. And then they invited me to join their On the Rise platform by way of doing a column in their magazine, On the Rise magazine. I was like, oh my God, my own column. So I was like an entertainment writer reporting from a Hollywood standpoint in magazine. And here you are, a reformed ex-con, providing an opportunity for writers to be a part of your company and your team. And let's not talk about the On the Rise magazine show and party that we put on. We put on a big launch party in Las Vegas, all white party. We were decked out. Who would have thought that some ex-cons would come together like that, honey, and party? You know what I'm saying? And be brilliant minds, not allow anything to stop them from putting all their effort and energy forward into life and just giving so many people opportunities. You also highlighted so many amazing people in your publication. That is what I love. People that are on the rise, on the way to becoming who they are. You highlighted them. And
Right.
that's just powerful to me, to go from that lifestyle and completely get reformed and then be a person that hires.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know,
That's
that's
amazing.
the thing about it. Like I said, a lot of, like say for instance, sometimes when you don't accept your calling, sometimes they got to sit you down for those years that I was sat down to get me to understand you got a calling, young man. Let me put you on track. Let me get you right. Now, the thing about it, when I got out, I don't know if people have ever heard of the place called the Boys Republic. And that's where they have kids are like in the transition, either going to prison or getting out. I used to go out there and talk twice a week, teaching kids to, how to reform themselves. Then I kept on working my way. So now I work in the school system. I teach kids in the school system. It's called On the Rise Kids. I teach them radio and broadcasting and stuff like that. Actually teach them how to have their own radio station at the school. So I got connected with the schools to do that. Like I said, my thing is to give, because like I'm saying, I'm a father of 6 and I have 2 grandkids. And just to give you an understanding, at one time I was living with, remember that 2-year-old kid that couldn't touch me on the glass?
Yeah.
I basically lost everything again. So I moved in with that 2-year-old son, which is 22. And he's an EMT for CARE. And basically I was telling him, he's like, Dad, come on, I got you, you know what I'm saying? And what it is now, he went into the police academy. My son is a police officer, the one that was knocking on that glass trying
Oh, wow.
now. And they was trying to say, when he was going through the police academy, they saying, well, your father lives with you, and he's got this record and everything like that. And my son told him, he's like, well, my father has other issues in health that I got to attend to. And they's like, you sure? Because they wouldn't even let him bring his firearm home because I was at there. Being a felon, he couldn't have it in the house. So eventually, they let him bring his gun home and everything like that while he was going through the academy. And my son has been with the police department. I come from a family of police officers. I was the only one that didn't do the police thing. But like I said, my son that's 2 years old that was trying to touch me on that screen is now in law enforcement.
Wow.
That just shook something in me.
Yeah.
That just
man.
wow.
That's
And look
beautiful.
at how your life impacted your children as well.
Yeah. I've never hid nothing from my kids. My oldest daughter, she has a master's degree in child psychology. My other daughter, she enrolls kids in Arizona in school. My oldest son has his own company. My 22-year-old son is a police officer. My 19-year-old has his own company. And my 11-year-old is actually the DJ for my station and also the vice president of my company.
Wow.
That's DJ. DJ Den is a bad little something. He is a cool kid, and you are really shaping and molding him to be great. And let me say this about Leland too. I love Leland's example that he sets for his children and their lives, and he's a very hands-on father. Leland, you're very hands-on when it comes to your children, and I definitely see that impact and reflection from you on their lives. You know what I'm saying? For
Thank
them,
you.
they don't just have master degrees and go into the police academy and become a DJ, and they don't just do that just because. I'm gonna just say that. Our children are our lineage, and they carry on our torch. So you
Right.
got to think about the legend that you have set up for them. Yes, your life started out this way. It started out rocky. It
Right.
started out kind of unsettling or whatever. Um, but somewhere along the way, with the decision that you made to get things on track, it also shaped and molded the life of your children and put them in a certain direction at a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I believe that being straight up with my kids, not lying to them, it's just like with their mothers, what I'm saying? Their mothers might not like me, but I would never lie to my kids or anything about who I am and what I've done or anything like that. And I think that's the most important thing. And my kids are my blessings, what I'm saying? And they're the ones that make me want to be good. They're the ones that made me get all this. Like I said, they're the ones that motivate me. And it's like I say to any father, you want to leave something behind. When you pass away and you meet your maker, what is going to be said about you in the end? You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that they know, well, one thing about Leland, he was a good father. He showed his kids. And that's what I don't want to be a bad example for my kids or anybody's kids. You know what I'm saying? That's why I teach children in the schools and stuff like that. I try to do as much as I can. I just, the thing about it, I wish I could do more for kids in the system and go talk to them. But it's like sometimes when they hear, oh, you've been to prison, they want to back you away because, oh, hold up. I don't know. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were going to ask about that stigma in society about ex-cons and how you're treated and alienated and how your past, haunts you through life. I know that has been an issue over the years.
It does, what I'm saying? Like I said, to the point where, like I said, that's the point where I was like, man, I got to get this pardon fully done. I just, start working at it. I was going to each court because you got to go to all the different places you had court cases in to get them to either lower the case or dismiss the case. So I was going all over California doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took years to get to this point because the thing about it, when you get out of prison, you got to actually stay clean for 7 years before you can even start the process of that. So I had to stay clean for 7 years before I could even start the process of getting those records changed and expunged and everything.
Wow. So that's what we're going to ask next and talk to you about. How do you seal your criminal record? And take us step by step a little bit if you can help it to
Okay.
describe that.
Well, what it was I got in touch with an attorney, and you got to be careful about the attorneys you deal with. The attorney I dealt with, he's in Northern California, and you know, like some attorneys, they give you confidence that we'll try it. This attorney, he didn't charge me much, and like I said, it was a couple $1,000s. And basically what he did, he wrote everything up that I needed to do as far as the papers I need to submit to the court systems on every court system. And basically he told me, okay, what you got to do is submit this paper. When they set you a new court date, go to that court date. Take it to this court, set your court date, go to this court date. And basically I was just going through all these different changes to stop it getting the cases lowered to where I had to get at least 7 different cases changed. And when I did that process, then say like maybe 5 years later, I told him, okay, I want to do the process of getting my record expunged. So basically I had to put in motions to get that changed. And so I got the motion for that to change. But one thing that I found out is has to be based under another case, because if you keep it under the same case, it's going to show up. So what you do when you go for that, you have a different case number. So that's one thing that helped me out too, because like when they came back for the pardon, they said, okay, we need to have your documentation. I had 2 documentation. One shows the felonies, one shows that the court granted the pardon or granted the records to be changed. I sent them that paperwork. That's why they said, okay, now we're at that final level. So you get it's a stepping stone. Like I said, I have an attorney in Northern California that helped me. You know.
Thank you for it. Oh, go ahead. Thank you for explaining that. Go ahead.
Is it different in every state as far as the process?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because like I said, you know, I know like in Ohio, you know what I'm saying, after a certain amount of years, it'll drop. But then out here in California, it ain't gonna drop.
Gotcha.
It's gonna stay on you. So like I said, you know, luckily most of my cases dealt with something like I'm gonna sound like I'm a criminal lawyer. I had to go to Denver to straighten some stuff up. I had to straighten up in Northern California. I had to straighten some stuff up in Southern California, and maybe 1 or 2 in Ohio. You know, so
you are definitely the perfect guest for this platform.
Yeah.
It's different in all the court systems.
Yeah, before we move on, Lynette, she was actually supposed to be on the show, but we've been having so much technical difficulties. But Lynette, thank you for watching. She's engaging like crazy back here, y'all. But she wants to know.
Question.
Yeah, she wants to know, are you able to register to vote?
I've been voting for about 6 years now.
Wow. Turn up.
I am a registered voter.
Goodness. Woo.
Awesome.
What about talk about criminal history and the tied to your driver's license?
My driver's license? Well, for a while, I was driving under a different name.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it real. He kept it so 100 with us on that.
So real. That was authentic right there.
But I got my license now.
Okay.
That's okay. You was being better every day.
Right.
You had to grow through the pain to get to, that's all good, man. The best part about it is now you are legal and you got it handled.
Yes.
So,
yes.
On this show, man, it's all about the realness. I love when people keep it real. So it's okay, brother.
I'm getting ready to become a licensed notary too. I'm actually taking this class for that. Like I said,
this man just keeps.
You cannot tell me I can't do nothing. I'm a real estate salesman, licensed notary. I own my own company. You can't tell me I can't do it. I'm going to do it. You tell me I can't, I'm going to prove you I can.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I bust Leland out on something that I know about him that this is off the record. This is off the record. But like he said, his mentality is a winning mentality. First of all, he's an actor. Okay. And he's been in some popular movies that we know about today. I'm gonna have him talk about that. And Leland, I need you to tell us what show you and your son won that no one would ever believe that y'all won. Tell us about that.
All right. Me and my son, the one's a police officer right now. We actually are winners of Fear Factor. We won Fear Factor.
Can you believe that, Tim? They won
Yeah,
Fear Factor.
that is crazy, man. I had to hurry up and type that one out so we can get it up there.
They won. Yes, they won. That's what I'm saying. His attitude, Leland, he can do anything he puts his mind to. That's why I brought
And
that
that's,
up at that moment because Fear Factor is a beast.
yeah.
Yeah. Hold
Yeah,
on.
like
So
I said,
y'all had to eat bugs?
no, we had to drink leech juice.
Ugh. Hats off, man. Respect to that. Oh man. Oh hell
But
no.
like Shanta says, is like a lot of people don't know. I'm a SAG after actor too. In the union. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was just one of those people that like I can do anything. You can't tell me I can't do it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I became an actor too. Like I said, I was just doing anything and everything I could think of. And also, I'm a licensed security guard. I worked for SBE for 7 years. I got a security guard license. I actually was one of the security team that opened the SLS up in Vegas.
Oh man.
So, like I said, I'm bad. You
He
can't tell me I
unstoppable.
can't do it.
He unstoppable, y'all.
Exactly.
And for the listeners that's listening, y'all, I hope y'all paying attention. Don't ever let anything stop you from doing what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you didn't have the talent before. You go find the talent. You work on it. You do what you got to do. You know what I mean? If you were locked up, and I'm really, really glad we're doing this show, and I hope a few people that I know personally is tuning in and paying attention to the message. Just like my man Leland just said, you can do whatever you put your damn mind to. So put your damn mind to it. And let's get it
Right.
done, man. Much respect to
Yep.
you, brother. You killing it. And all of your
Facts.
kids. I'm super proud of all of you guys. That is dope, man. I'm so glad you were on the show today. Real
I
talk, brother.
appreciate you having me here.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty dope.
this is another little fact about Leland. He was in the movie Janky Promoters. With
What?
yeah. What character did you play in that film, Leland?
I played KK. I was one of Jeezy's boys.
I think that I can recognize your face from somewhere.
See, listen, Tim, I have a habit of surprising my co-hosts and guests sometimes, and I thought that we would bring this up later on. That Leland is just a lot of things. He's a great gentleman, and I have just been blessed to be friends with him, do business
We
with
both
him.
blessed. We both blessed.
Yeah, and be in good company. And I just knew that he would be perfect for this panel because he just has a winning attitude,
Yeah, I
a
love it.
winning attitude about life. Like, even though your circumstances were this before, you can beat that, you can work on it and get over that and then move your life to the next level. And I love that about him. Just sitting down talking to Leland is amazing just to hear him talk. You know
You
what I
know what
mean?
would help me though? You know what I'm saying? I did door-to-door sales for 18 years. I'm actually a graduate of Dale Carnegie motivational speaking as well. So I'm a motivational speaker too. And there's one book that I read and I constantly read it. It stays in my room every time. But there's a scroll in there and it's the world's greatest salesman and it's by Og Mandino. And there's a scroll in there that I swear by is I am God's gift to this earth. No other man walks as me. No other man talks as me because I'm God's gift to this earth. And the thing about it, if you don't think you're a gift to the earth, you're going to be struggling with your life. I believe I'm a gift. You know what I'm saying? So that's just point blank. Hey, read the book.
Yeah, and you are. And you are a gift, man. That was a great point. I've heard that before in the past, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, real talk. Cause hey, I man, You dope. You dope.
Leland, so let me ask you this. What are some of the things that's coming up with your magazine, your radio show? Give us some of the updates that you're working on in your career right now.
Well, I'm actually just got myself back in the union as far as to get back to working in the TV and film. Like I said, I'm actually right now going to school to be, like I said, a licensed real estate salesman to get my license again, you know what I'm saying, to reinstate my license more or less. I'm also going to be a notary. Right now I'm sitting in my studio. My studio and my radio station is actually at home, you know what I'm saying, where I do that. And then I just released a Black Lives Matter CD, which has a lot of unsigned artists that's talking about the Black Lives Matter. And we just had our shirts go on sale. If anybody wants to buy one, it's a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. You know, $15 for small to large, extra large $20. And what you do, you get a free CD, which is a promo CD. Like I said, I'm just, you know, blessed and doing everything I can, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, stay busy and stay healthy, you know.
That's awesome,
Definitely.
man.
You gotta definitely, if you can, send a promotional package to the Just Be show because you ain't seen him, but the way he presents these businesses and brands, man, you want a package from you to come to his house. You want it to
Yeah,
come to his
yeah.
house.
Hold
That's
on,
all I
hold
gotta
on.
say.
So speaking of packages, though, hold on. Give me a second, y'all.
Look at him. Look at how this.
Hold up, let me go get my package.
Right here, right here.
He getting his package too. Leland got up and got his package. Y'all crazy with it today.
Hold up, I got a package too. You know, you know I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh my God. This
Hold
is
on, I'm gonna wait.
hilarious.
I'm gonna wait for him to come back.
To bring that up because you open packages so amazingly. Like when you open them packages, it's a wrap. It is.
Yeah, you got your package. I got a package too. Hold on, cause you know I always gotta represent Queen G. You feel me? Hold on, let me get the rest of them too. Hold up. I'm coming.
That's the t-shirt and that's the CD.
Hold
Woo!
on, let me bring you up on the screen big real quick, brother. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. If y'all definitely want to grab one of these pieces of merch, reach out to my man's Leland right here, yo. That Black Lives Matter with the CD. You can't miss that, y'all. You gotta grab it while you can. How much is it again, brother?
For the shirts, it's $15 from small to large. Extra large is $20. CD's free with it. CD's promotional.
Nice.
And
Make
shout
sure.
out to my big homie Swift down in Houston, Texas. Basically, the collective, they're on here, and what it is Let Me Live.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful, y'all. Make sure y'all go and purchase that merch. Support my man's here, yo. He came from the bottom and he rose to the top. He
There
on
it
the
is.
way. He on the rise. That's beautiful, y'all. But let me talk about my new package I got today.
All
You
right,
feel
let me
me?
see it.
Hold up, because I get packages from Queen G. I get packages from Queen G like every day. But
Literally.
I just got this one in the mail. Y'all already know. I do my supporting when it come to Queen G. You feel me? Make sure
Okay.
that you guys go and purchase this book here, The C's to Success, y'all. It's
That's
very
interesting.
encouraging. It's empowering. It's gonna let you know everything they gotta see. It's the C words to success, y'all. So pay attention. Again, it's a series of books. A series. It's almost like the alphabet, y'all. So make sure y'all pick this one up. You can find it on Amazon. Go and purchase it. And you know, after I read it, I'm coming back with the business. We gonna do a special opening. And once I get all of the books from the series, I'm gonna do the dopest promo video for her that I possibly can with what I got. So yeah, make
That's
sure
what's
y'all
up.
go and check it out.
Thank you, bro, for always being there for us on a promotional tip. Leland, let me ask you this. Can you believe that I have put 13 books out on the world since I've seen you last?
Oh wow! No, I didn't know it was that many. I knew you'd been putting some out, but I didn't know it was 13. I seen your little girls' books. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. Hey, you busy? And you,
I'm asking him that because Leland knows me and we've worked together. Like okay, from the time, we did the column and stuff like that, like I had none out at all.
right,
So this
right,
is just shocking. I'm
right.
still pinching myself like, are you serious? Like, it's been a great year. 2020, I know, has been a nightmare for a lot of people, but it's been a great year if you have been a creative person and, been an entrepreneur. If you would grasp this time, you could really take things to the next level.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
most
saying?
definitely, most definitely.
Oh, so Leland, I got to talk to you about this because I think it's very important, that ties to our subject. You and your lovely lady just experienced something in Las Vegas when you went. It
Yeah,
was kind of like uh, some racial
yeah.
tension. Got Tell us about that.
Well, like I said, I went to Vegas for my lady's birthday, and she's a big bingo player. So we went to the bingo hall up there. You know what I'm saying? And she gets comp rooms and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much she goes to this casino and plays bingo. I mean, we was up there comp room for like 4 or 5 days. We ended up coming back early. We supposed to not come back until Monday. You know, but so everything was going fine. You know what I'm saying? No problems. We doing our thing. We gambling. They're not doing maid service right now. So basically, the maid will come when you tell them, "Hey, I need towels." So the maid came up for the last 2 days. So what happened was, I also went to Vegas because the shirts that I have, the Black Lives Matter shirt, was done by a gentleman in Vegas for me, JQ Design. And I picked my shirts up. So I was like, okay, baby, let's wear our shirts. So we had our shirts on, you know what I'm saying, that day. So, everything's fine. We went to breakfast and there was these ladies in there talking, when they're talking about you, like, they whispering and everything. So we just shucked it off, went on about had our breakfast, went and did some more gambling. Then we went to our room and I started doing some work because I'm working on my book. You know what I'm saying? So my lady's going over it and I'm doing some other things. All of a sudden we get a knock at the door and it's the security guard and I don't know who she was, housekeeper or whatever. And they said, oh, we got to do a welfare check. A welfare? Well, okay, we're okay. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything else? Oh, security says, I need to check your fire extinguisher. When does a security guard check your fire extinguisher? Ain't that supposed to be for somebody else? So I let him come in the room. There's the fire extinguisher, everything. So they left. That pissed us both off, especially my lady, especially when she's been going to the casino all this time. You know what I'm saying? So we go downstairs and my lady's talking to him and saying, hey, what's going on? They come up here, what is this? And then the lady at the front desk says, oh, because we had the shootings in Vegas, that one shooting that happened, we do that. So all of a sudden, at first, they was checking to see a wellness check. When we go downstairs, all of a sudden, they're checking for guns and stuff like that.
Wow.
So right now, we let them know we're going to take it to a higher place, corporate, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it just, all of a sudden they seen that shirt. I guess they just thought we was going to be some rebellious or whatever. I don't know. And I'm going to be honest with you, just some people are just getting bold with a lot of shit because of what's going on. And with this I'm sorry, you might be a Republican, but what this fool's doing inside the White House and the shit he's talking, I'm sorry. He's got people thinking courage. And that's one thing that he doesn't understand, And like I said, people are being racially profiled at the full strength now that I've ever seen. I've never had that situation until I know there's racialness, but to physically actually have it happen to you, you really don't know really what's going on. And that's what it was. We was profiled.
Man, and you're referring to the shooting with the police officer, right?
The shooting, you remember the guy
Or
that
the
killed all those people in Vegas?
oh yeah, October
You
1.
know, October 1st, yeah.
And they said that he had all them guns in the room and stuff. So all of a sudden, the front desk gonna say, "Well, we have that because the people." But why did this guy just say they're doing a wellness check? What does a wellness check got to do with the gun? Them are two different stories.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Y'all got to make sure y'all safe out there. If you are, if
Yeah,
there's ever a time when you are racially profiled, act accordingly. Be safe. Do what you
yeah,
got to do to protect your family. Don't go crazy. You know what I mean? And like y'all just be safe and pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings. Try to be as respectful as possible because the last thing we need is the wrong person to get to tripping. Then we take
right.
our lives.
And
You feel me?
like I said, we were supposed to be there till Monday, but because of that situation that happened yesterday, I was like, "Babe, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go home." And
Yeah.
that's why we home today.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm
Yeah, I
sorry that
could
happened to you.
I saw the live that you did, and I could hear your frustration in that live. It was just
And the
wow
thing
to be
about it,
treated like that.
they kept blocking my live. They kept like we go on there, and for some reason they shut it down. Facebook would shut it down. So what I did, I said, "Baby, we're gonna get this on there." So what I did, I ended up recording us without the Facebook. Then I posted it on Facebook, the full video. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went live, they kept shutting it off, and then all of a sudden I'm in the hotel and I can't even get on the internet no more. They shut my computer internet access off. They shut my phone. I couldn't even do nothing. I wasn't able to even get on my phone.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy, because I actually just last week I was supposed to do a show about Black consciousness with a young lady here in Las Vegas, Jasmine Marie. Big shout out to you, girl, if you're watching. And she just started a group called Black Consciousness, the New Edition. I've never had problems with the platform that I use to do this show ever, ever, and I have top computer, top speeds, and all of that. Never had a problem. But this particular show, it would not let us go on. Me and her was having
Right.
difficulties, but we get on our phone and it sounds fine. I do notice that a lot of times when you're trying to get into those topics that will go
Those
viral,
heated topics, right?
those heated topics, anything against what others have to say about it, when it becomes a controversial topic
Right.
discussion, it problems happen. But we know where that come from.
Right. And just to let everybody know, the hotel was Sam's Town. Sam's Town Casino.
Yeah, that's
Out there in
pretty
Las
insane.
Vegas.
Yep.
Wow, that's
East
crazy.
side of Las Vegas. Yep, that's crazy. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man. I'm
so
sorry that happened to you, man.
Hey,
so Leland, I want to try to round this up a little bit. On the subject of police brutality, reform, prison reform, and all that. What's your opinion on it? And what would you tell somebody that went through the prison system and now they're just now getting out? What advice would you give them?
my advice to somebody that's just getting out of the prison system is don't let your parole officer or your probation officer make it seem like you're not going to be able to get through this. And one thing about, like I said, jump through they hoops. I know sometimes it's hard to put that man down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to suck up that bullshit that they give you. Because, see, that's the only way they can try to attack you, especially if you're a person that's been in the system and you already got in your mind, you're trying to treat me unfair and you're going to be against me. You got to eat the bullshit and just keep doing what you're doing. Because like I said, I did my check-ins all the time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'll be here. Oh, pay in the cup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did all that. You know what I'm saying? So please do it. Like I said, you're not going to be less of a man because you let somebody say something stupid to you. You know what I'm saying? Your time will come when you go ahead and clean your life up, clean your record up, and start making that build up. Because one thing about it, all of a sudden, in my neighborhood, when I lived, the police was doing this to me. Hey, Mr. White. Hey, Mr. White. You understand? But yeah, I had to humble myself. Humble yourself.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me ask a quick question to you, brother. As far as the prison life and all of that. Could you just tell me what like, okay, that kind of stood up on like one of the first things that you do when you get out, but how what can you tell the young brothers and stuff that's just getting out, like different things that they can do to stay motivated to keep going?
You know, I think what helped me was when I walked into that job and I was just straight up with the man and told him that, just give me the opportunity. I can sell your cars. Just give me that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, not everybody's going to say, okay. Just keep knocking on those doors and telling them, just give me an opportunity. And like I said, I don't think you have to go into a corporate, if you got to, put it this way, if you got to sweep floors, if you got to empty trash, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went to corporate America because that's where I came from. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if it would have been the bottom, I had to go empty some trash cans or sweep some shores or mop some floors, I would have did that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's okay. You got to start somewhere.
Beautiful, 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 man. Queen G, you got any more?
I want to say to Leland, I'm proud of you. I kind of want to round it up with that. Like, I'm so proud of the steps that you have taken, to put your life on track, and that, no, it sounds like it's been rough to recover, to regroup, and to, put things on track. It hasn't been easy. It sounds like, it's been a transition, but you have made those steps. Made those steps.
There's one thing I didn't tell you I had to do.
Okay. I
had to go to angry management for a year.
Okay. They do incorporate classes and stuff like that too. Yeah, I forgot about that. They do incorporate, because I know from some of my relatives that have been in prison that they've had to take like Alcohol Anonymous classes, drugs, classes. They incorporate that into your rehabilitation after getting out of prison. So yeah. Anger management, huh?
Yeah, anger management. I had 52 weeks of anger management.
Yeah, that's all good, man. I've never been to prison myself, but I have been to, the jailhouse for stupid reasons when I was a little young. I know I look super young. I'm getting up there though. But yeah, they definitely, that's a lot of the times that is one of the requirements, that you take some type of management class, let's call it that, to take kind of some yeah, you know what I'm saying. But just like Queen G said, man, I'm definitely super proud of you. And again, we definitely do appreciate you coming on the show. Yeah, man, I definitely want to have you back. It's crazy that I did 2 series. Well, one is People on the Rise. I'm actually about to start doing another series, Kids on the Rise, or Kids with a Plan, or something like that. I think that's super awesome. Maybe we can get together and work on some things together. That'd be super dope. It was a blessing to meet this lady down here. That's my sis. That's Queen G is amazing, y'all.
Yes, she is.
Leland White is amazing, y'all. Most definitely. Let me just say a couple things, brother, to you. Just like we did on this show, this show and how we started from the very beginning of it up to now is that I feel like it's almost identical to what a person would go through getting out of the system. You plan something, it don't go right. Boom, now you locked up, But then when you get out, mentally you have a plan for something to happen, and it doesn't always go as planned. But like my girl Queen G says, is let that pain create that lane. And like myself and the team Just B says, is allow, you let the pain create the lane and focus on being better every day. We had problems in the beginning of the show. There was a lot of little stupid stuff that was going on, but guess what? At the end of it all, we came out beautiful like this. It was a blessing, y'all. You just gotta keep pushing forward. Like I always say, Don't let any door stop you. If it's locked, bust it down. Bust it down. Get to your destination, no matter what that is. Get to your destination, y'all. And again, I so want to thank you guys all for coming on the show. And again, I want to thank my crew right here. I appreciate y'all. Shantae, thanks for bringing this to the platform. That was
Oh
super dope.
yeah,
That was super dope.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I want to tell our audience that please expect more conversations of greatness coming up in the near future. Timothy B, host, and I are going to be collaborating on some upcoming shows. So y'all stay tuned. Watch these shows and share, because oh, I got a praise report too. I got to talk about this. Our last conversations of greatness with Miss Kenya Sheet of 100 Sheets. She's an author. That show ended up on the Red Table Talk platform. So now our numbers are starting to skyrocket. It's crazy. We had no idea that it was going to end up there. You know what I mean? So you just never know how amazing and powerful bringing certain minds together, what that turnout will be. And we're just so grateful that we followed our spirit. It was a spontaneous thing that was brought together. Tim and I did not, we had no idea we were going to do a show called Conversations of Greatness. And Miss Kenya Sheets was willing on that first one. We just went with it, and look at where it's at now. It's on a Red Table Talk platform. And you
Yo,
know
we
how
pushing
hot the
towards
Red Table.
3,000.
Oh my God. See, that's crazy, because the other day it was just at like 1,800.
Yeah.
Um, but you just never know. You have to follow your spirit. That's what I want to end my part with, is just to say, I know it's hard for all of us. A lot of times things don't go perfect or the way that we see fit. But trust me, if you continue to push yourself and strive to be greater and do better, you will make it. You know what I'm saying? You will make it. And I
Yeah.
have seen Mr. Leland right before my eyes grow so expeditiously in his endeavors, all the things that he put his hands to. He's on the front line at the events, all the award shows, and I've been seeing him like, and I'm just happy to be a part of his team, to be a part of the On the Rise magazine team, and to be a writer for that publication, and that they offered me my own segment in the magazine. I just think that's still powerful. And we have had people like Todd Tucker of Atlanta Housewives in that magazine. We have done many, write ups in there that have been powerful and amazing, been all out in the community. So I just want to tell my brother Leland, thank you so much for being great in
Oh, thank
your
you.
own way. And also thank you for including your sister in on your greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank my co-host, Mr. Timothy B. Also, I am seeing your progress and see you grow right before my eyes. We have interviewed each other. We have been crying, laughing, all kind of
Oh
stuff on these
man.
podcasts. And it's just nothing like unity, bringing two powerful people together for one great cause. And I just think that that has made a difference for our viewers. And these numbers are amazing, Mr. Timothy B. These numbers are powerful. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since I
Hey,
started merging with you.
yeah, that's the support. That's just the support from the listeners. Part of it is me, part of it is you, part of it is our guest. But this side, part of it is part of it is our guest. But and all in all, it's the supporters. It's the supporters, hands down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So thank you, Leland, for
Hey, I
being
appreciate it.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know,
Leland, do me a favor before we go ahead and jump out, man. I'm gonna give you your own individual little slot real quick, and just do me a favor and let the people know where they can find you on social media, brother.
on Facebook, you can find me at Leland White OTR. On Twitter, Leland White OTR. On YouTube, you can find me on the Rise Radio. Everything's Leland White OTR. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks again for being on the show, man. We definitely appreciate it. Queen, let them know where they can find you, girl.
you can find me on all platforms, Queen G Live Experience, and also I am on Amazon. I have 5 children's books out and about how many? 6 or 7 autobiographies. So you can find me on Amazon under my name, Shanta Gibson. So yeah, stay tuned, y'all. Keep watching.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks again, y'all. And I got to end it like I always do, man. But I want y'all to pay attention. Hold on. Let me tell you where y'all can find them. Oh, you can find me at the Just B Show. The Just B Show anywhere. And it will come up my personal Instagram if you want to go and see me do my little TikToks or whatever. A more in-personal feel. It's I am Just B, y'all. Thanks again for coming on, y'all. I got three things to tell
Leland.
y'all as always. For one, smile, laugh, definitely motivate. Inspire one to inspire all. And make sure number one importance is be better than yesterday. We out. I love y'all. And